to my bedroom, baby. So I've noticed in the past couple years that journaling has become a very, very popular topic on YouTube. I think this whole aesthetically pleasing culture that we're a part of currently, which I obviously subscribe to, has skyrocketed the popularity of journal keeping and using planners, etc. I have always been somebody that has needed a physical journal, a physical planner. I can use the calendar and the reminder in my phone for just like events, but being in school and keeping track of bills and keeping track of friends and keeping track of family and keeping track of life, it's much easier for me personally if it's done in a physical apparatus. So I'm going to share with you today the 3 journal slash planner that I keep. Now I say keep very loosely. I am not very committed to many of these things. It just kind of depends what's going on in my life and how I'm feeling. For instance, with the first one we're going to talk about, my planner. This bad boy is my life's blood during school. I cannot function without it. I always just pick up my planner from Target or from Office Max or Staples or wherever. Normally I go with a planner that's in a similar size to these guys, but I wanted to try a bigger one this year because I have a lot of things going on this year. So how I use a planner depends whether or not I am in school. For instance, back in January when I was still not in school yet, this was mostly a to-do list kind of maker. Not color coordinated yet because I'm just kind of living my life and going to work. I don't have a lot of things to juggle. Then we flip to the next week and I get my colors out. I've been full-time my entire time in college, which means that you're usually taking at least 4 classes. So I have each of my 4 classes color coordinated with highlighter. If I'm writing down a bunch of assignments or a bunch of due dates, then I will bullet them and I will color in the bullet with the coordinating class thing. This is a really, really good system for me personally with keeping track of all my schoolwork because I can just open my planner, I can see which colors are there, what I have to focus on this week, and it just helps me zone my thought process into my to-do list a little bit better. Here's an example of it. I have all the things I need to do for my online class at the tippy top of the page because I need to do those throughout the week, and I have that starred with the coordinating highlight color. I had my bullets here, but I finished those, so I crossed them out with the highlight color too. Then I had something I needed to do for my online class that I didn't get done that day, so I dragged it down to the next day. Here's another good example of a week. Got all my things I need to do. I've got arrows dragging down if I didn't get it done. I've got really important shit circled in the highlight or starred or just filled in all the way. And I just sporadically put the things in just like my regular life that I'm doing aside from school stuff, either at the bottom or at the very top. Things that I need to get done, things that I need to remember that I'm going to do that are fun. Although every single line isn't filled out, everything's important, so I need a lot of space to capture down my thoughts. A lot of times if my professor is giving instructions on a essay or assignment or whatever, I will write down the specific things in my planner so I can revisit it every time that I need to refer to the assignment. Month to month is always basically about the same. I always put down if I have a break, people's birthdays, my pay days, and when my pay periods end. And this month, because I've got a lot going on, I have all the dates that important assignments are due and they're highlighted color. So this guy right here is just basically what I use to maintain some sort of order in my life. That one's order. This one is my creative journal. This was actually given to me at a Secret Santa event before I was leaving for Costa Rica. My friend Malika, hey girl, she gave me a journal to use while I was over there and she put all these cute little stickers in all of it. I didn't journal a whole ton in Costa Rica. I journaled a fair bit though. And I love flipping through this and reading my old memories like as they were happening. It's so fun. But I continued to use this after I came home too. And I say creative not because it's specifically for creative things. I have a lot of to-do lists in here too. I like just the blank pages, so if I have like I just need to get something out of my brain, I like having a blank page to just kind of free roam on. So I use this for to-do lists, I use it for just like shoddily sketching if I'm so inclined. Sometimes I'm just in the mood to like stare at something and draw it. I write a lot in here. I write a lot of poetry, I write a lot of planning for books. I feel like everybody has a book that they're like never going to finish. I may or may not be in that boat, but that's fine. This section is actually a really good example of everything that I use this for. So I've got my sketch. Up here I have just like a little free write poem that I've made, and I made a couple of revisions to it. And then below that I have like a little to-do list of things that I wanted to do for my room. And below that I just have like a little reminder mantra things I need to do with my life. Get more sleep, drink more water, get more exercise, read more, get organized, clean more often, explore more, relax more, have patience, be happy. If you're a creative type like me, I think it's really important to carry a journal around with you wherever you go, because sometimes you just kind of have to like write something or draw something or get just something down and out and like physically tangible. Like no matter what it is, like this page I have like sheet music from one of my favorite songs that I just drew. I have this like design of Live With Less that I just thought was pretty. I was really angry about something when I wrote this, so I wrote down things I'm good at because I was angry. I was like, I'm awesome. I'm gonna tell myself why I'm awesome. I have some New Year's resolutions. I have things that I needed to buy from Walmart when I was moving out. Another example of a sketch, I was feeling sad after work, so I just went to a park and like traced my hand, drew a leaf, made a little cup of tea that says lonely, because I'm angsty. So we have a journal, quote unquote, for order. We have one for creativity. And then this little guy is my version of a bullet journal. This I just got at Target for like $1. I just thought the color was pretty. It was like this when I bought it. I really didn't care. I just wanted a journal. And this is the journal I use when I'm feeling like crap. What I mean by that is when I am anxious or depressed or like my mind is just going a million miles a minute, I have a really, really hard time remembering time. I just kind of breeze through all of my days and I literally can't remember the last time I ate or showered or did laundry or even what I really did during that day. So that's why I made this journal. What did I do today? How I format this is write the date, write the day, write what I did, and write what I've thought about doing. So like I said, sometimes I literally don't even remember the last time I showered, so I'll write something like that down in the I did. So for instance, the very first day that I bought this was a Thursday. I did laundry, I spent some quality time with Dad and my dog. I made a plan for that Saturday at 4:30 p.m. I completed 5 calls at my work, and I finished my costume prep for Halloween. Things that I thought about doing. I thought about selling my guitar to fix / for a new 3/4 size acoustic guitar. I thought about cleaning the bathtub. I thought about cleaning up my wig hair from when I was trimming it for my costume. I thought about sweeping, and I thought about soup recipes. So 3 of these things have been crossed out: cleaning the tub, cleaning my hair, and sweeping. I thought about doing them and I eventually got to doing them. Selling my guitar wasn't something that I had to do, but it's something that I wanted to do. And I thought about soup recipes because it was getting colder and you can make soup in bulk and it's easy. So that is more or less how I bullet journal. I split my thoughts into things that I did myself, things that I completed, and just random thoughts that have passed through my head and or tasks that I need to complete. Another example, this was a Tuesday and I doodled little like Z's going up into a dream cloud because I was probably exhausted, as I always am. That day I showered, I organized the house, I got my check from my movie. Oh yeah! Fun fact, I was an extra in the new Jane Fonda and Robert Redford movie that will be on Netflix. It's called Our Souls at Night. You might be able to see the back of my head in one of their scenes. It's really exciting. I also vacuumed and swept. I aired out the house because it was probably like unseasonably warm. And I did 4 calls at work. Things I thought about, all the chores I haven't done. Seeing my sister and my grandpa, getting back onto a sleep schedule, working out tomorrow, grocery shopping, washing towels and mats, changing the calendars, and reorganizing the desk. And every single one of these things I eventually got to. So as you can see, the things that I thought about that day far outweighed the things that I actually did. But it's okay because I did them eventually. And now I'm actually going to insert a little real-time doing of my bullet journal style. If I was going to do an entry, this is how I would format it. I always begin by splitting the page down the middle. I do this by folding in half towards the page and just pinching the ends and in the middle, not folding a perfect crease. That way I have a little bit of a line that I can follow to draw a line. Normally I just use black ink, but I'm feeling fancy today, so we're gonna use purple. I always first write the date, and then I usually write what day of the week it is too. Then what I'll do is I'll split things into categories. So my first category is I did. Yes, I still write in cursive. Ignore that. It's hard to write at this position. And then I have I thought about. Sometimes I write this at the very, very beginning of my day and fill it out throughout. Other times I write it out at night so I can think about my entire day just at once. So today, so far, I have gone to work, I did dishes, I am currently filming a video, and made plans for Sunday. Oh, also started essay. Good job, Taylor. So now that I've seen everything that I've already done, I'm going to go over everything that I've thought about doing. Thought about dusting my apartment, my history midterm, my mythology test, my essay references, thought about what I'm going to make for dinner, and getting some clothes for my dance lessons. So far my day is pretty even with things I've accomplished and things that I'd like to accomplish. And these aren't even things that have to be done right away. These are things that I may want to do in the future. Oh, forgot another thing that I did. I rescheduled my Airbnb and I got a travel wallet. See, I almost forgot about those things because they were so easy, but now that I see them on paper, I see that I've done so many more things than I've thought about doing. I like to use this space too, just to kind of like doodle. Hearts are a go-to. Making a sun out of the corner is a thing that I do. Sometimes I'll draw like a tree. Shitty little tree. If there's a big goal that I'd like to put, usually I make that pretty and creative and I drop that about right here. And as my day progresses and as I, reflect on things that I've also written, I will cross things off or I'll put a little arrow saying that I'll do it later. And that more or less is how I bullet journal. So now you know how I plan my life, how I get my creativity out, and how I deal with my spaciness when I'm dealing with mental fog. I hope that you enjoyed this video. Let me know if you are a journal keeper and how you keep yours. So with that, thank you for tuning in. I appreciate your time and I hope to see you again soon. Goodbye.